I married my dying best friend so he could see his daughter. Then I fell in love. I wear a wedding ring, but I'm not married. Not really. Not anymore. My husband died 2 years ago after 6 months of marriage. People tell me I'm a widow, and technically they're right, but the truth is more complicated than that, because I didn't marry him for love. I married him so a dying man could be a father to his 4-year-old daughter. I married my best friend as an act of mercy. What I didn't expect was that somewhere between the vows and the funeral, mercy would turn into the most devastating love of my life. My name is Claire, and this is the story of how I fell in love with a man I was always supposed to lose. I met Marcus in college, sophomore year, introduction to philosophy. He sat next to me and immediately started arguing with the professor about Kant's categorical imperative. I thought he was obnoxious. By the end of the semester, he was my best friend. We were inseparable for 4 years, study sessions that turned into deep conversations about everything, late-night diner runs, that person who knew you better than you knew yourself. Everyone assumed we were dating. We weren't. He was my person, but not in that way. At least that's what I told myself. That's what I believed. After college, life happened. Marcus met Jessica, got married fast, too fast, I thought, but I smiled and stood as his best woman anyway. I dated too, had relationships that didn't quite work. We stayed close, but different. He had his life, I had mine. Then 3 years into his marriage, he called me, 3 a.m. I knew immediately something was wrong. "I'm going to be a dad," he said. He didn't sound happy. He sounded terrified. Jessica was pregnant, but their marriage was falling apart. 6 months later, his daughter Lily was born. 6 months after that, Jessica left. Just left. Walked out on both of them. Said she wasn't ready to be a mother. Marcus was suddenly a single dad with a baby girl and no idea what he was doing. I showed up. Of course I showed up. He was my best friend and he was drowning. I started coming over after work, helped with feedings, diaper changes, the million tiny things that come with a baby. Lily and I bonded immediately. Marcus used to joke that she loved me more than him. "You're a natural," he'd say. "You're going to be an amazing mom someday." I'd laugh it off, but honestly, those evenings in his cramped apartment, the 3 of us, felt more like home than anywhere I'd ever lived. For 3 years, we fell into this rhythm. I was Lily's honorary aunt, Marcus's co-parent in everything but name. His ex-wife never came back, never even called. It was just us. Then came the phone call that shattered everything. Marcus had been feeling off for weeks. Stomach pain, weight loss, fatigue. He finally went to the doctor. They ran tests, found something. He asked me to come with him to get the results. I thought it would be nothing. Stress, maybe an ulcer. The doctor said, pancreatic cancer, stage 4, aggressive. I watched my best friend, the man who'd been a constant in my life for over a decade, hear that he had 6 months to live, maybe less. He was 32 years old, and all he said was, "What about Lily?" Not, "Why me?" or "This isn't fair," just, "What about my daughter?" That night, after we got Lily to bed, we sat in his apartment and faced reality. "Jessica won't come back," he said, "even for this. She made it clear she doesn't want to be a mother." He looked at me with these devastated eyes. "Claire, if I die, Lily goes into the system. I have no family. Jessica's parents don't want her. My daughter will become a foster kid." I felt sick. This beautiful, bright, perfect little girl, alone. "There has to be something," I said. "There is," he said quietly, "but I can't ask you to do it." And somehow I already knew what he was going to say. "If you were my wife," he said, "legally my wife, you'd have parental rights. You could adopt Lily. Even after I'm gone, you'd be her mother. She'd be yours." He was crying. Marcus, who never cried, was crying. "I can't ask you to do this. I know it's insane. I know it's too much. But Claire, you're the only person I trust with her, the only person who loves her like I do. If you married me, even just on paper, she'd be safe. She'd have you." I should have said no, should have said it was too much, too complicated, too devastating. But all I could think was, Lily, at 4 years old, losing her father, going to strangers, forgetting him, forgetting us. Okay, I said. Okay, I'll marry you. We got married 3 weeks later. City Hall, nothing fancy. I wore a dress I bought the day before. Marcus wore his best suit, even though it hung loose on him. He'd already lost weight. Lily was our flower girl, dancing around in a little white dress, thinking it was a party. She was so happy. She didn't understand that Daddy was sick, that this wedding was a legal maneuver, not a love story. The officiant asked if I took Marcus to be my husband. I looked at him, my best friend, dying, desperate to protect his daughter. I do, I said, and I meant it, just not the way those words usually mean. He slid the ring on my finger, whispered, "Thank you." Not, "I love you." Thank you, like I'd done him a favor, like this was a transaction. I moved in the next day. It was practical, he needed help, and we needed to establish the marriage for legal purposes. The lawyers said we needed to look like a real couple. Joint accounts, shared address, documentation. We were committing fraud in the name of love, but not romantic love, parental love, the desperate love of a father trying to save his daughter. Lily was thrilled. "Claire lives with us now," she announced to everyone. "Claire's my new mommy." I didn't correct her. Marcus looked at me with such gratitude and such guilt. "You don't have to let her call you that," he said. "It's okay," I told him. "I want her to." And I did. God help me. I already loved that little girl like she was mine. The next months were brutal. Marcus started chemo, even though the doctor said it probably wouldn't work. "I want every day I can get," he said. So we did treatments. I drove him to appointments, held his hand through the nausea, cleaned up when he got sick, watched cancer eat away at my best friend piece by piece. And through it all, we kept life as normal as possible for Lily. I'd do bedtime routines, read her stories, tuck her in. Then I'd come back out and take care of Marcus. We had separate bedrooms. That was the arrangement. This was a legal marriage, not a real one. But sometimes, late at night, I'd hear him crying, and I'd go sit with him. We'd talk about everything, his regrets, his fears, his love for Lily, everything except how I was feeling. I was drowning in grief, and he wasn't even gone yet. That's what nobody tells you about loving someone who's dying. You start grieving while they're still here. Every good day feels like borrowed time. Every bad day feels like a preview of the end. I kept my emotions locked down around him, stayed strong, stayed practical, stayed helpful. But one morning, he caught me. I was making breakfast, crying into the eggs, trying to pull myself together before Lily woke up. He came into the kitchen, so thin I barely recognized him. "Claire," he said softly, and I just broke, sobbed. He held me. This dying man held me while I fell apart. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'm so sorry I asked you to do this." "I'm not," I said, and I meant it. Even through the pain, I wasn't sorry. We became a family, a strange, tragic, temporary family, but a family nonetheless. Friday movie nights where Lily would fall asleep between us, Saturday morning pancakes where Marquita would try to eat even though nothing tasted right anymore. Lily's pre-K concerts where we'd sit together holding hands because she wanted us to be cute like real mommies and daddies. And we were real. That was the thing. The marriage might have started as paperwork, but the life we built, that was real. The way he'd smile when I'd get Lily to laugh, the way I'd catch him watching us with this look of peace, like he could die knowing she'd be okay. The way my heart would stop every time he had a bad night, terrified it was the end. 4 months into our marriage, the adoption went through. Claire Harrison, I'd taken his last name, was now legally Lily's mother. No matter what happened to Marcus, she was mine. "It's done," the lawyer said. "You're her mother now. Even if something happens to your husband, your parental rights are permanent." Marcus squeezed my hand under the table. That was the whole point of this, I reminded myself. This was always about Lily, about giving her security, about making sure she had a mother who'd love her even after her father was gone. But sitting there, signing those papers, looking at Marcus's thin face and knowing we were preparing for his death, it felt like so much more than a legal arrangement. It felt like we were a family planning for a future that only two of us would see. The shift happened slowly, then all at once. It started with the small things. The way he'd reach for my hand without thinking. The way I'd catch myself staring at him, memorizing his face. The way good night started feeling harder to say, like I wanted to stay. One night, he had a panic attack, couldn't breathe, convinced he was dying right then. I climbed into bed next to him, held him, talked him through it. "I'm here," I kept saying. "I'm right here." When he finally calmed down, he didn't let go of me. "Stay," he whispered. "Please stay." So I did. I stayed. And something in me cracked open. This wasn't just friendship anymore. This wasn't just sacrifice. This was something else entirely. After that night, things changed. We didn't talk about it, but we both felt it. The boundaries we'd carefully maintained started dissolving. He'd touch my face when I was worried. I'd kiss his forehead when I tucked him in. We started sleeping in the same bed most nights. He said it helped with the anxiety, but I think we both knew it was more than that. We'd lie there in the dark, talking about everything and nothing. He told me things he'd never told anyone. I told him secrets I'd buried for years. And one night, holding his hand in the darkness, I realized the truth I'd been running from. I was in love with him, completely, devastatingly in love with my dying husband, my best friend, the man I'd married to save, who was now breaking my heart in an entirely different way. I started seeing our entire history differently. All those years of friendship, had it always been more? I remembered moments in college, the way he'd look at me when I wasn't paying attention, how he always showed up when I needed him, the time I dated someone else and he disappeared for weeks, then came back and wouldn't explain why. His wedding to Jessica, how fast it happened, like he was trying to move on from something. Had he loved me all this time? Had I been too blind to see it or too scared? I wanted to ask him, wanted to know if these feelings were one-sided or if I was finally seeing what had always been there. But how do you ask your dying best friend if he's in love with you? How do you risk ruining the time you have left? Lily turned 5. We threw her a birthday party at home. Marcus was too sick to go out. She made a wish over her candles, then announced it to everyone. "I wished for Daddy to get better," she said. The room went silent. All the adults knew. Marcus's eyes filled with tears. I pulled Lily into my lap. "That's a beautiful wish, sweetheart," I said. After the guests left, Marcus broke down. "She's going to lose me," he sobbed. "She's so little and she's going to lose me." I held him while he grieved for his own death, for what his daughter would lose, and I made a promise. "She's going to be okay," I told him. "I'm going to make sure she remembers you, remembers how much you loved her, how you fought to stay. She's going to know her father was a hero." He looked at me with such intensity. "I don't deserve you," he whispered, but I was thinking the same thing about him. We had one last good day. Marcus insisted on going to the park, Lily's favorite place. He was so weak we almost didn't go, but he wanted it, needed it. So we bundled him up, got him in the wheelchair, and went. Lily played on the swings while I pushed her higher and higher. Marcus watched us from his chair. When I looked over at him, he was crying. Happy tears. "This is enough," he said when I came over. "This moment, you two, this is everything I needed." I knelt beside his wheelchair, held his hand, and I almost said it, almost told him I loved him, but I was scared. Scared of burdening him, scared of making his last weeks about my feelings. So I just said, "We love you so much." He smiled. I love you too. And I convinced myself that was enough. The end came faster than expected. 6 months turned into 5. Chemo stopped working. Marcus decided to stop treatment, wanted quality time, not quantity. We set up hospice at home. His bedroom became a hospital room, but we tried to keep it warm. Lily's drawings everywhere, photos on every surface. I slept in a chair next to him most nights, couldn't bear the thought of him waking up alone, couldn't bear the thought of missing his last moments. We had nurses, but I did most of the care. It felt important. This man had given me a daughter. The least I could do was be there for his last days, even if it was destroying me, even if every labored breath felt like a countdown to losing him. 3 days before he died, we had our last real conversation. It was 2 a.m. I was dozing in the chair when he called my name. Claire. I was immediately alert. Are you in pain? Do you need medicine? No, he said. I need to tell you something before it's too late. My heart stopped. Okay, I whispered. He took my hand with what little strength he had left, and what he said next changed everything. I've loved you since we were 20 years old, he said, since the day you argued with me about Kant in philosophy class. I loved you through college, loved you when I married Jessica because I thought you'd never feel the same, loved you through everything. I married you to save Lily, but Claire, marrying you was the only thing I ever wanted. Even like this, even dying, these last months with you have been the happiest of my life. I got to wake up next to you, got to fall asleep knowing you were near, got to pretend just for a little while that you were really mine. I couldn't breathe, couldn't speak. He was still talking. I'm sorry. I shouldn't burden you with this, but I'm dying and I can't die without you knowing. You are the love of my life. You always have been. I broke, completely broke. You loved me? I sobbed. All this time? He nodded, crying too. I thought you knew. I thought it was obvious, but you never said anything, never seemed to feel the same, so I tried to move on, tried to be content with your friendship. I was shaking. Marcus, I've been in love with you for months, since you asked me to marry you. Maybe before, maybe always. I was just too stupid and too scared to recognize it. His eyes widened. What? I love you, I said. Finally said it. I'm in love with you. You're not just my best friend or my husband on paper. You're the love of my life too, and I only realized it when I was about to lose you. We held each other and cried for the love we'd wasted, for the years we could have had. We had 3 days, 3 days to be what we always should have been. I climbed into that hospital bed next to him, carefully, so carefully. We held each other, kissed for the first time, really kissed, not friendly pecks or comfort kisses, but the kind of kiss that says, I love you, I've always loved you, I'll love you forever. It was gentle because he was so weak, but it held everything we'd never said. Those 3 days were the most beautiful and most devastating of my life. We talked about what could have been, the life we should have built. He told me he wished he'd been brave enough to tell me in college. I told him I wished I'd been smart enough to see it. We held each other and grieved for the love story we'd never get to finish. On his last day, he asked to see Lily. We'd been keeping her away a little, didn't want her last memory to be him at his worst, but he insisted. She climbed up on the bed carefully. Hi, Daddy, she said in her small voice. Are you feeling better? He smiled at her with so much love. I'm okay, baby, but Daddy's gonna go away soon, going to become a star in the sky. She didn't understand. How could she? She was 5. But Mommy will be here, he said. Mommy's gonna take care of you forever, and I'll always be watching, always loving you. He looked at me. That's right, isn't it? You'll always be here for her? Always, I promised. She's mine. She's ours. Lily hugged him. I love you, Daddy. I love you too, Lily girl. So, so much. He died that night. I was lying next to him, holding his hand, telling him it was okay to let go, that Lily and I would be okay, that we'd remember him every day, that his love would live on in us. "I love you," I whispered over and over. "I love you, Marcus. I love you." The hospice nurse said he could probably still hear me, so I talked. Told him about our first day in philosophy class, reminded him of every good memory we had, thanked him for Lily, thanked him for being brave enough to ask me to marry him, thanked him for finally telling me the truth. "You made me a mother," I told him. "You gave me a daughter. You gave me love, even if it was too brief, even if I only got a few days of really being yours. It was enough. You were enough." He took his last breath at 6:47 a.m. I felt it, felt the exact moment he left. The nurse checked his pulse, checked the monitors. "I'm so sorry," she said. "He's gone." And I knew I should move, should let them do what they needed to do, but I couldn't. I held him for another hour, held my husband, who I'd loved for 3 months and a lifetime, who'd loved me for over a decade without telling me, who'd given me everything and asked for so little in return. The sun came up, light filled the room, and Marcus wasn't there to see it. The injustice of it, the cruelty. The funeral was small, his few remaining relatives, friends from work, some of my friends who'd watched this whole impossible situation unfold. Everyone kept telling me how incredible I was, how noble, what a beautiful thing I'd done marrying him so Lily could be safe. They called me a saint, a hero. If only they knew the truth, that I'd fallen in love with him, that losing him wasn't noble sacrifice, it was devastating heartbreak, that I wasn't a martyr, I was a woman who'd finally found her soulmate only to lose him immediately. Lily stood next to me, confused. "When is Daddy coming back?" she asked. "Sweetheart," I knelt down, held her little hands. "Daddy can't come back, but he's always going to be with us, in our hearts, in our memories. Okay?" She started crying. So did I. We held each other while they lowered my husband into the ground. When we got home, I found letters. He'd left letters, one for Lily to be opened on her 18th birthday, and one for me, tucked into his nightstand drawer with my name on it. I sat on our bed, the bed where we'd finally been honest, where we'd had those 3 precious days, and I read it. He wrote about loving me from the first moment, about thinking he'd die without ever telling me, about the miracle of those last days when he got to really be my husband. And then he wrote this: "Claire, I need you to promise me something. Don't let grief define you. Don't let this short, strange, beautiful marriage be the end of your love story. You deserve a full life. You deserve someone who can give you decades, not days. Please, please find love again. Fall in love. Get married for real this time. Live for both of us." The first year was survival, just getting through, learning to be a single mom, explaining to Daddy why Daddy wasn't coming back, keeping his memory alive, stories every night, photos everywhere, talking about him constantly so she'd never forget. But slowly we built a life. Lily started first grade, made friends, started calling me Mom without the hesitation, without the confusion. We created traditions: Friday movie nights, Marcus's favorite, pancakes on Saturday, his recipe. We visited his grave every month, brought flowers, talked to him, and somewhere in the grief and the routine and the love I had for this little girl who was mine now, I started to heal. Not forget, never forget, but heal. 2 years after Marcus died, I met someone. His name was James. We met at a coffee shop. I was reading. He asked about the book. We started talking. He was kind, patient. When he asked me out, I panicked, told him I was married. He saw the ring, got confused, so I told him the truth, the whole impossible story. I married my dying best friend, fell in love with him, lost him, was raising his daughter alone. I expected him to run. Instead, he said, "That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard, and I'd still really like to take you to dinner sometime, whenever you're ready." I wasn't ready, not yet, but for the first time since Marcus died, I could imagine being ready, could imagine keeping the promise I'd made him, to live, to love again, to not let our brief story be my only story. I still wear Marcus's ring most days. I'm not ready to take it off permanently. Maybe I never will be, but I've started taking it off sometimes, when I go out, when I need to remind myself that I'm allowed to move forward. Lily asks about her daddy all the time. "Tell me the story of when Daddy married you," she says. So I do. I tell her about how her father loved her so much, he found a way to make sure she'd always have a mother, how he was brave and selfless and full of love. I don't tell her yet about the part where we fell in love at the end. That's for when she's older. For now, she knows this. Her father was a hero. He gave me the greatest gift, her, and he taught me what real love looks like. Not the fairy tale kind, the kind that shows up, the kind that sacrifices, the kind that says, "I'll love you even when it costs me everything." Marcus and I had 6 months of marriage, 3 days of real love, and a lifetime of friendship before that. It wasn't enough. It will never be enough, but it was real. It was beautiful, and it changed me forever. My name is Claire Harrison. I'm a widow. I'm a mother. I'm a woman learning to love again, and every day I carry the memory of a man who loved me for a decade in silence and 3 days out loud. Some love stories don't get happy endings, but they're love stories nonetheless.
For more videos, please subscribe, like, and comment.